Evaluating expressions. Evaluate means to find the numerical value that something equals. In other words, finding the answer to an expression. An expression is a mathematical sentence that has numbers, variables, and variables are going to be the letter X or Y or Z, and they stand in for numbers that we don't know yet. We can also have in these mathematical sentences or expressions operations, and our operations could be plus, minus, division, multiplication, even parentheses to help us change the order of our evaluation. So here's an example. Evaluate 7x plus 6y when x equals 2 and y equals 3. When I do these problems, I try to be really thorough and rewrite each step so that I prevent making mistakes. So I want to change this 7x to 7 and 2 because the x is 2, and what's happening between the 7 and the x is multiplication. If you do not see the sign, the operation is multiplication. Plus 6, and the y is 3, and again the operation between the 6 and the y is multiplication. Now that I've substituted the values of x and y in, I need to follow the order of operations, which is parentheses, exponents, multiplying and dividing, and finally adding and subtracting. We need to do parentheses first. Well, there are no parentheses. There are no exponents, so that means that we are now at multiply and divide. Starting on the left, do all the multiplication. So 7 times 2 is 14, 6 times 3 is 18, and the operation that's in between them that we need to replace is plus. 14 plus 18 is 32. Let's try a harder one. Evaluate 5x squared minus 2 times the quantity y plus 1 plus 5. First, I want to rewrite the expression with the correct substitutions. I want to put x in and the value of y in. 5, and there's no sign between the 5 and the x, so it's going to be times. X is equal to 2, and we have to square it, minus 2 times the quantity of y. Y is 1 plus 1 plus 5. All I've done is rewritten the expression, changing the x to 2 and the y's to 1. Now I need to follow the correct order of operations to evaluate this expression. Parentheses are first, then exponents, multiplying and dividing are third, and last are adding and subtracting. So we do have some parentheses, so we do that first. That's going to become 2. And I always like to rewrite each step. So 5 times 2 squared minus 2 times, the parentheses became 2 plus 5. Now I'm on exponents. I only have one exponent, 2 squared. 2 squared means 2 times 2, which means 5 times 4 minus 2 times 2 plus 5. Now I'm at multiplying and dividing. I got to start on the left and do all multiplication and division. 5 times 4 is 20, minus 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5. Last step, adding and subtracting. Start on the left. Adding and subtracting tie, we need to start on the left. So 20 minus 4 is 16, plus the 5 equals 21. So the value of this expression that we started with is equal to 21. Our last one. Evaluate 8AB when A is a quarter and B is 7. First step, go ahead and substitute everything in. So we got 8 times A is 1/4, times B, and B is 7. All of it is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply 8 times 1/4. 8 over 1 times 1 over 4 is 8 over 4 times 7. Now to make this easier, I'm going to simplify my 8 over 4 first before I multiply. I can divide the numerator and denominator both by 4. So divide both of them by 4. So I end up with 2 over 1 times 7. And hopefully you recognize that 2 over 1 is the same as the whole number 2. So we have 2 times 7 equals 14. So our final answer for this one is 14.